Matt Cavanaugh joins us now for our final trade of the day. What a whippy day we had in the market yesterday. The Dow able to eke out a record gain at the end of the session practically.
Yeah, that's just kind of like the new normal here. There were some comments overnight where the global markets really sold off. It was about 3 in the morning here in Chicago, and the People's Bank of China came out and said, hey, we're worried about asset bubbles, we're worried about prices, and that caused the market to sell off. And what happens during the session? Ho hum, we shrug it off.
Shrug it off. All right, how much of this shrugging off had to do, though, with President Trump meeting with Fed Chair Janet Yellen, and then later in the session we heard more inklings about a potential Fed pick?
Yeah, there's been a lot of chatter about that. Obviously, the central banks are huge. Earlier in the week, there was a thought that it was going to be a different candidate. When the news came out, it was kind of somebody who's similar to Chairwoman Yellen, and so the market rallied off that because they think, hey, more of the same. They're not going to raise interest rates back up to 5% or wherever. They're going to keep it more the same. The market responds accordingly.
Let's take a look at General Electric. It's earnings day for GE. What do you think about this stock overall? It's had an interesting ride if you take a look at the chart.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, it's had a rough go of it. There's a turnover in the CEO, the CFO left, some vice chairs have left, but you're starting to get some really big legendary investors circling. I don't think it's quite time to buy the stock yet. There's whispers of a dividend cut, and if that happens, which the options market is implying, I think the stock goes lower. But definitely there's things changing over there, and it's something to watch. And maybe if we get a cut and we get a sell-off, maybe it's a stock to buy. Maybe.
Then there's been a lot of talk, though, even about what's going on internally with corporate jets and cutting the corporate jets. And just, you have to wonder, a company that's really tightening the belt here, is there an issue, or is it just your normal cost-cutting move?
Well, I think that when you see that the old CEO, who was really not doing a phenomenal job with the company, is taking 2 jets around the world, as a stockholder, you can't like that. So you hope that the change comes from the top, and it seems like there's a lot of shakeup there between the board, the executives leaving, so maybe this is a change in culture and that company gets back to the great American company it was.
Well, thank you so much and have a good day.
Thank you.